What up, people? We're here today again in Cyberpunk, one of my favorite places to be, I guess. Even though I've done most of the things you can do here, I feel like I've got a new character loaded to make things a little bit more interesting for me. And I don't know, I love the old character I was playing, but um, I don't know. I mean, there's just a limitation to the design and the weapons that I've given them, and this character seemed like it'd be a lot of fun. All that aside, what I'm actually trying to show off today, and I hope you guys can see it. I did try to take some test footage to kind of see like how visible is this, but let's go to the settings real quick here. Let's look at what kind of settings we're rocking. So we're using transformer model, we're using ultra performance, and we are using ray reconstruction and full path tracing. So I had never, like in the past when I tried to run full path tracing, it just seemed like, oh, this is completely hopeless. You know what I mean? And recently I started experimenting with lossless scaling frame generation, dual GPU. So cool. And it's actually been working really well. There was kind of a few hiccups of figuring out settings and kind of just playing around with things, and I did have like an initial impression of, oh man, this doesn't work. But actually, it does. It works really, really well. You just kind of have to play around with things, and sometimes. So, like, all right, for instance, we'll just try to run through this quick. I'm on 23H2, but I am still using WGI for like the performance capture. I've got my flow scale turned down to 55 right now. Usually I can run at about 75 with the 3060 12 gig that I've got in there as a booster card. But I'm running the OBS software here off of the 3060 as well, which is a big benefit of having two GPUs is that you can run the OBS software, the encoding and stuff like that off of the one GPU and still be playing your game on another GPU. So that's pretty cool. At the same time as you're scaling the game. Now, when I was in my test footage, it didn't seem like you guys could really see the performance counter there in the top left corner. It is such a tiny little counter. I wish they gave you a few options with like color or size or something. But I do have it peeking out there just above the regular Afterburner loadout there. Afterburner is a little weird with dual GPU. It doesn't always want to report different things. Not sure why, but yeah, getting like voltage, clock, and sometimes wattage from at least one of the cards doesn't always want to work. Um, and if you're setting up lossless scaling, I suggest turning on bus to know what your bus transfer speed is because it's going to help you learn a lot about like how the flow scale works with that. If you have settings wrong, I had Windows GPU accelerated tasks turned on before, and that was creating like completely saturating the bus, like 90% bus usage. So then turning that off makes it like 14% when you're gaming. It's actually really, really low. And then here in menus, I think where you have a higher natural FPS, you do tend to see the usage like be higher too. Like right now we're seeing uh, 41%, 34 and 41, 33%, it tends to be pretty equivalent, but sometimes one will jump higher than the other. This is a PCI Gen 4 board. It can run both the GPUs in Gen 4 X8. So there is a bit of a speed advantage that this motherboard has, but it makes me wonder what the theoretical limits of the throughput is because the 3060 actually is on the lower scale of what the FP16 throughput that you could really be using for lossless scaling. I mean, if you can use any GPU, but if you used a 76, 77, or 7800 XT, those cards have unbelievable FP16 throughput. And the 7800 XT especially has like it's got a large bus width, uh, big memory bandwidth, a big, if you could run something at like times six, 100% flow scale, like if there was a way to suck up enough information to like have like a times six frame gen or something like that, I think that using one of those GPUs would be like how you do it. Um, but I'm just using the 3090 as the base GPU, and I'm using a 3060 12GB as a booster GPU. And I hope you can see the frame counter. If you can't, we're just going to try to go off the motion in the game. All the other settings in the game are cranked. And I gotta say, I'd seen, I don't know if it was Daniel Owen or it was some tech YouTuber, and he was talking about how for the Transformer model that, using DLSS Ultra performance was good in his opinion. And I'm having the same experience. Usually I would be running Ultra Ray Tracing and DLSS Performance. And when I tried to run just Performance with Path Tracing on, it was the base FPS was too low, and I had a lot of artifacting and stuff like that. Dang it. There we go. Yeah, this fucking slow motion makes it too easy. It's like you just walk up to them and you just stick your gun barrel in their face. Oh, well, I've got it on very hard mode, so if you suck, I guess. We'll see if we can get into that fight again, because fights are useful, anything you can kind of show quick motion with. But yeah, so on top of running Ultra Performance, I am running lossless scaling frame generation right now, and I'm getting 120 FPS. It's taking it up from its base 54 FPS from the Ultra Performance upscaling setting, and gosh darn it, and it is turning it into 120 FPS consistently. Like, I mean 100% consistently all the time, 120 FPS. And I don't know, I hope that's coming across, because it is so smooth, you know what I mean? And it just impresses me in a way, because, well, it also gives me hope. Like, I think that, we've been feeling pretty jaded about the situation of the PC market right now between, memory and graphics cards. I mean, the 5070 Ti, Nvidia's like, we're not canceling it. And then they double the price of the card. And it's like, fuck you guys. Just fuck you guys. Like, I don't know. Apparently they're just so blinded by their own success, they have no idea what it's like for normal people, where, like, doubling the cost of something, like, if you even tack a few $100 onto something, that might make it unaffordable to a person. And it's like, oh, well, it's not just a luxury item. If you need a 16GB GPU and you want to buy one new, and you want to be in the Nvidia ecosystem, you want, Tensor and CUDA, you are going to pay out the fucking ass for it. And that sucks. And I don't think Nvidia should be like that. I think it's really lame. I don't even think of it as like a profit over people. I just think of it as bad business, to be honest. Just straight up bad business strategy. And like, yeah, I'm using Nvidia GPUs right now, but I bought these used. I haven't been able to afford a new GPU in a while. And maybe that makes them not care about me as a customer to begin with, but I would want to. Like, I don't know what their margins are, but my plan originally had been to get, well, like, I guess like a 5080 Super was kind of the original like upgrade plan, where I thought, oh, I'll have the frame gen, I'll have path tracing, I'll have everything, it'll be amazing, and then my gaming will finally be good. I won't suck. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, like, that became unobtainium, and then of course, yeah, like literally they canceled the 5080. And then so it's like, okay, well, maybe a 5070 Ti is enough. And I've been gaming at 4K, and I like gaming at 4K. Like, I thought about going down to like ultra wide. Oh, so yeah, so here we're seeing some artifacting. So I mean, things aren't completely seamless, but it's so minor. It's so fucking minor. Like, I was like, sorry Nvidia, I'm just stopping to give a shit about what your new graphics can do, because I'm ready to accept open standards. I'm not using Nvidia G-Sync right now because it conflicts with frame generation. I'm just using the regular old adaptive sync on my monitor, and it works perfectly fine, and it looks great. And I don't fucking care about your frame generation and your new GPUs, because I can use lossless scaling frame gen. So, you know, you guys are just losing it. Like, you guys are absolutely losing it. Oh, well, fortunately, you can fall back on consoles, right? No, you can't do that. Where's your optimization going to go? It's all going to be for FSR. So, I just think Nvidia is playing the damn fool right now because the experience that I'm having just upscaling with their technology, but, you know, but just with upscaling and the kind of frame generation that I can afford, I'm having a really good experience, and the game has looked better to me than it has ever looked before. Path tracing in this game is phenomenal. Like, never having been able to actually have a functional experience, and now I'm playing it at 120 FPS. Like, hope is not lost, guys. Like, there is meat on the bone for these older GPUs and open standards. So, Nvidia, could you please pull your head out of your ass? Like, literally, if you brought fucking, what's it called? Just like the smooth motion frames, just smooth motion frames to 30 series GPUs, 20 and 30 series, for fuck's sakes, they're RTX, aren't they? Um, Gosh, I think we'd be getting somewhere. I think you'd be winning some hearts and minds, and you'd be patching your foundation a little bit. So consider that I am playing on one of your guys' 3090s right now in 4K, as far as I'm concerned, Cyberpunk with full path tracing. And this is where the buck's gonna stop for me. This is it. This is all I need, and this is all I'm gonna need. I could do the same thing in Indiana Jones. I could do the same thing in Black Myth Wukong. So what? Are you gonna take away my DLSS upscaling next just to make sure that I can't fucking do it? Come on now, play the game with the rest of us, all right? I didn't even mean this to be so direct, but man, once I started talking about it, I really started feeling a type of way. Nvidia, I hope you're listening. I know you're not, but I hope you are, because you need to listen. You just need to listen right now. I need to understand that this gaming is a pillar of your company, and beyond that, beyond any moral compulsion, I don't have a financial reason. I don't have a performance reason. I am not incentivized at all. If you guys don't basically put icing on your cake right now, it's going to get so dry I can't eat. Okay, so consider. And yeah, I hope this experience is coming across, because this really is like phenomenal.
What you got to eat?
See for yourself.
See for yourself. He's got premium black caviar. Actually, he looks like he's got some top shelf shit here. Expired Militech artichoke and avocado pizza. Gross. Can't put both of those things on a pizza. One'll be fine. We put some AR in your AR. So now your AR is like extra AR. I don't know. 5% off for the best dressed client. Oh, that's funny. The best dressed client has chosen, or has been chosen. That's funny. I am looking stunning though in my leather pants, and this is what's his name's shirt. I stole it from him. The Chinese guy, the Japanese guy, the son. I can't remember his name right now. I stole it from him. Hello, boys. Mind me not, mind me not. Kurt Heinz is dead. I take it you're winning. Oh, yeah, path tracing is really impressive. Like, I don't blame, like, I'm really happy you guys pursued RTX. I am, you know, I think ray tracing is great. Oh, look, Johnny's popping up in the background. That's kind of fun. Um,
Said you want to turn against your terrorist troops. Sabotage their evil plans. Save the day.
We're not terrorists. You got any clue what the Crimson Legacy stands for?
not a single one.
Hunger, starvation.
All right. Well, yeah. So I think that's enough. I mean, there's footage. There you guys. You guys saw it. I hope you saw it. 120 hertz, guys. Full path tracing. 3090, 4K. You know, the buck stops here. You know, open standards. Either that or make something really appealing and make it cheap. Those are your options.